There are many small islands in this world, particularly in the realm of fantasy. About 300 miles west of the Pacific coast of America are to be found a group of islands known as the Bastongas. The largest of the group is called Bantonga. It is only 3 miles in length, population 4,338. One moment. 4,339. The only building on the island that has any status is the presidential palace.
Lieutenant Swab, pick up that photograph on the desk in front of you.
Yes, Excellency. It is the presidential plane, Excellency.
Tell me, Lieutenant Swab, do you think this wreck is the suitable aircraft for the president of Bantonga to travel in?
It does fly, Your Excellency. And we have quite recently fitted a radio in it to bring it up to date.
Up to date? Because you fixed the radio into it? Listen carefully. I want you to go to America and bring me back a Boeing 707 pure jet airliner. Do you understand, Lieutenant Swab?
Yes, Excellency. I understand perfectly. You want me to buy an American Boeing 707 jet airliner.
Buy? Are you mad? They cost $60 million each. So you see, Lieutenant Swab, it is not my intention that we should buy an airliner from America. But you should hijack one.
A Boeing 707? Gee, that's really something.
Yeah, that's about the size of it. Like I was saying, Interstate Airlines have just bought 3. And they've asked me to train the crews.
That's quite a break for you, isn't it, Bill?
Oh, sure is, Mike. Makes a change from space flying.
When'd you start, Bill?
Tomorrow morning at 10:00 hours, taking off from Eagle Airport.
Now you got me here at gunpoint. What's it all about?
My apologies for any inconvenience we may have caused you, Captain. But I want to ask you one simple question.
Well, go right ahead.
Is your name Ross?
Sure.
Captain Ross. You are sure, are you not, that you are a Captain Ross?
Well, sure, I'm sure.
Excellent. Well done, Lieutenant Swab. I shall recommend another combat medal.
Say, Bill, how many passengers do these aircraft carry?
Ooh, about 120.
But you won't be carrying any passengers on these training flights, will you?
Oh, no, just pilot and co-pilot.
Say, Bill, could I come along then?
Why, sure. Hey, I tell you what, bring Dr. Beaker with you.
And now, Lieutenant Swab, or should I say Captain Ross, since that is the new name you will be using for this operation, let us discuss the last-minute details. Now then, you will hijack the American airliner at approximately this position, and then fly along the normal airways so as not to arouse suspicion until the last moment, when you will alter course for Bantonga.
But, Excellency, with all due respect, we dare not land a heavy airliner on our own airfield. It would sink into the mud.
For once, you are right. You will have to land at the airport on the island of Luganga. And I, Lieutenant Swab, will fly to meet you. For the last time, I hope, in this flying monstrosity.
Hey, sure is nice to have some home cooking again, Professor.
Glad you liked it, Bill.
I told you what a swell cook he was, didn't I, Bill?
The only person who never appreciates my cooking is Beaker. When he's working, he stops for nothing.
Say, what's he working on, Professor?
He's making himself a new bow tie.
A bow tie?
Yes, Jimmy, a bow tie.
Yes, Peter, it works. Who would ever know that I had a microphone in my tie and a transmitter in my pocket? I shall wear it tomorrow and test its range.
Well, who's your first pupil tomorrow, Bill?
Well, I don't know him personally, but I'm told his name's Ross. Captain Ross.
The uniform fits you very well, Captain Ross. And just to make sure that the United States government cannot take reprisals, we will keep the real Captain Ross and anybody who happens to be aboard the airliner when you bring it back as hostages.
A perfect plan.
Remember, if this mission fails, it will be too bad for you.
It will not fail, Excellency.
Conceited fool.
And now, Excellency, our side of the work has been completed. We have supplied you with all the necessary information and personally conducted Captain Ross to you.
And now, Excellency, the money.
Shut up, worm. And now, Excellency, the money.
Of course, $600. May I suggest that in view of your splendid efforts, that you are my guest tonight aboard my yacht.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Excellency.
Excellency.
Numero 3.
Ah, you win again, Master Spy.
$1,200, not bad. Eh, Renzarin?
I'm afraid your luck may change, Master Spy. Please stop.
Nonsense! This is only the beginning.
Numero 9.
Oh, I can see that you are going to be a wealthy man before the night's out, Master Spy.
$1,800.
Please, Master Spy.
Oh, shut up.
You worry too much, Mr. Zarin. You are not gambling in a crooked casino. Nobody is going to take your money away from you.
Rien ne va plus. Numero 6.
Don't be discouraged, Master Spy. It is just a little setback. It makes the game more interesting, don't you think?
Faites vos jeux. Rien ne va plus, messieurs. Numéro 10. Faites vos jeux, messieurs. Numéro 7. You stupid, sniveling, whining little idiot. You are behaving like a girl. I told you we shouldn't have gambled our money.
But, Master Spy.
No good making excuses now. That table was crooked.
And we've lost everything.
I'll get even with Mr. President Gourmet if it's the last thing I do.
Supercar to base, approaching you from the south. We'll be with you in a half a minute from now. Open roof doors, please.
Roger, Mike. Opening roof doors.
Overhead now, Professor. Cutting horizontal drive.
How did you make out, Mike?
Fine, Professor. They arrived just in time. I don't know who was more excited, Jimmy or Dr. Beaker.
10 o'clock. They must be just about ready for takeoff.
Eagle Tower, this is Speedbird Able. Takeoff clearance.
Speedbird Able from Eagle Tower, clear to go.
Roger, Tower. All checks completed.
Yes, sir. All checks completed.
Here we go.
Gee, Dr. Beaker, I sure am glad I came today.
I would have thought, Jimmy, that you would have done enough flying in supercar.
Yeah, but it's not the same. This is like traveling in a hotel. Say, is that why you're wearing a dress tie, Dr. Beaker?
No, Jimmy, for quite a different reason.
Eagle Tower from Speedbird Able. Clear of airfield. Changing frequency.
Speedbird Able from Eagle Tower. Roger and out.
Tell me, Bill, do you have to call the airfield again?
No, not until we return, that is.
That's just fine. Now, Bill, turn the aircraft onto a course of 197 magnetic.
Listen, Buster. I give the orders, not you.
That's where you're wrong, Mr. Gibson. I give the orders in this aircraft. I find that this gives me authority.
Now, hijacking, huh? Well, you picked the wrong guy to try it on.
If you don't do as I say, I'll put a bullet through you.
Go ahead. I don't scare easy.
Maybe not. But do you usually gamble with other people's lives? Like, for example, the kid back there in the cabin.
Hey, you've really got it worked out, haven't you? Okay. Turning on to 197 magnetic.
Jimmy, I think I'll try out my secret radio transmitter. I'm going to call up the supercar laboratory.
How does it work, Dr. Beaker?
Well, I switch on the transmitter, which is in my pocket, Jimmy, and then simply talk. The tiny microphone under my dress tie is touching my throat, and my voice will be transmitted. The reply will be heard over this miniature speaker, which I have clipped onto the seat.
Go ahead. I can't wait to see it work.
Supercar laboratory, this is Beaker calling. Over.
Hello, Beaker. Hopkins here, receiving you loud and clear. I thought you would call in.
Flying over the sea at about 20,000 feet, having a most enjoyable trip. The sea is very calm and the flight is very smooth. We'll call you again shortly. Over.
Roger, Dr. Beaker. We'll be standing by here.
Professor, there's something wrong.
Oh, what do you mean, Mike?
I distinctly remember Bill telling me that their flight plan for training does not allow them to fly over the sea.
Are you sure, Mike?
I'm sure, all right. Dr. Beaker, this is Mike Mercury. Do you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Dr. Beaker, check with Bill that everything is okay, will you? According to his flight plan, you should not be over the sea. I repeat, you should not be over the sea.
Roger, Mike. I understand. We'll call you back in a moment. Jimmy, I think Mike is worrying unnecessarily, but just go into the cabin and ask Bill if everything is okay. There's a good chap. Beaker to Mike Mercury. Beaker to Mike Mercury. We're checking now.
Dr. Beaker, it's locked.
According to my calculations, Mike, Bill's plane is flying towards the islands of Bantonga.
But that's crazy, Professor. Change to civil aviation frequency. I'm going to call Bill and find out what's going on. Speedbird Able from Mike Mercury. Speedbird Able from Mike Mercury, over.
Answer it, and no tricks.
Hello, Mike. Bill here.
Say, what goes on, Bill? You're way off course.
Tell him it's a change of plan.
All is well, Mike. Flight plan altered at the last moment.
Are you sure everything's all right, Bill?
Oh, hi there, Jack. Nice to hear from you. Oh, everything's fine, Jack. Over and out.
Mike, has he gone crazy? What's all this Jack business?
I don't get it, Professor.
Maybe we'd better call him back.
No. Now, hold on a minute. Now, just let me think. Jack. Jack.
Hijack! I got it, Professor. They've been hijacked.
Beaker to supercar control.
Come in, Doc.
Mike, we are locked in the cabin.
And still flying over the sea. I fear that something is very wrong.
You can say that again, Doc. You might as well know you've been hijacked.
And you're heading straight for the islands of Bantonga.
Emergency charge. Charge both. 5,000, 7,000,
Opening roof doors.
9,000, 10,000, 13,000, 15,000. Power boat. Full boost vertical.
What will Mike do, Dr. Beaker, when he catches up with us in supercar?
I don't know, Jimmy. But he's got to be very careful. He literally has our lives in his hands.
How long do you think it'll be, Doc, before he gets here?
With supercar's superior speed, it shouldn't take very long.
You're doing fine, Mr. Gibson. We are right on schedule. President Gourmet of Bantonga will be at the airfield to meet us personally.
So you expect me to land this giant jet plane on some lousy little airstrip?
I'm not a fool, Mr. Gibson. We are going to land at Luganga. As a matter of fact, our president is flying there at this moment. I said that we would get even with him, friend Zarin, and this is our chance.
Good, Master Spy, good. What are we going to do?
I shall make a little phone call to friends of ours in America.
Only 1 more hour, and I, President Gourmet, will have an aircraft fitting to my high status.
Supercar to base, supercar to base. I'm flying alongside Bill's plane. I can't get in too close in case this Ross character is trigger happy.
Right, Mike. What is your plan?
I don't know what I can do, Professor. I'll try contacting them by radio. Switching to civil aviation frequency, out.
Dr. Beaker, look. It's supercar.
Speedbird Able, this is Mike Mercury calling from supercar. I am flying alongside. Do you hear me?
Okay, Ross, or whatever your name is, the game's up. Supercar could blow this bird clean out of the sky. You'd better give me that gun.
With you, the doc, and the kid on board? Don't give me that. That's the last thing he'd do.
Mike Mercury, this is Lieutenant Swab of Bantonga speaking.
Personal aid to President Gourmet.
I have a gun pointed straight at your friend, Mr. Gibson. And your friends, Dr. Beaker and Jimmy,
are in the cabin. If you bring supercar any closer, I assure you, Mr. Mercury, I shall pull the trigger.
Bill, what's the score? Does he mean what he says?
He means it all right.
Supercar to base, supercar to base.
Come in, Mike.
Professor, Bill is being held at gunpoint. I'm afraid there's nothing I can do. If I go any nearer to them, this crazy guy will shoot. All I can do is tail him for a moment.
Oh, dear, 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 what are we going to do? What are we going to do?
Hello? Hello? Is that Professor Popkins? This is a well-wisher. I have some information for you, which will enable you to rescue your friends from the hijacked airliner.
That's just great, Professor. And you say you received this information by telephone from Bantonga?
Yes, Mike.
Well, if it's true, the situation might be saved. Full boost horizontal.
Not much longer, and I shall be flying in my beautiful new aircraft.
Okay, Professor. I can see it dead ahead. It's a real old crate. Must be at least 50 years old. I'm gonna buzz him. The slipstream from my jet should give him a thorough shake-up. Here I go.
What was that? Something from outer space?
Boy, look at that.
Minestrone! Recupera! What is happening?
Supercar to base. Mike here, Professor. I'm really having a ball. Just a little more treatment, and I think that President Gourmet will be prepared to cooperate. Here we go.
Volantiano! What have I done to deserve this?
Okay, Professor, I think he's had enough. Hope he pulls out before he hits the sea. Yeah, I think he's gonna make it all right.
Someone will have to suffer for this.
I'm gonna change frequency, Professor, and call him up. President Gourmet, this is Mike Mercury. If you want to live, do just as I say.
Mike Curie, this is President Gourmet speaking. I don't know who you are, but I will do anything you say. Anything.
We're nearly there, Mr. Gibson. Say, what happened to your friend Mike Mercury? He couldn't help you much, could he?
You're pretty smart, aren't you?
Lugani, Paraguani, Posenta, Suberto, Nia Percentol, Siampoli,
Yes, Excellency.
Cicenta, Pisistrani, Highjack, Ombino, Eagle Field, Sumberto.
As you command, Excellency. I have just received new orders from the President of our great people. We are to return to Eagle Field immediately.
Gee, I don't get it. But one thing's for sure. You can put that gun away. I don't need any persuading.
Jimmy, the aircraft is turning round. We must be headed back to Eagle Field.
There you are, Dr. Beaker. I told you Mike wouldn't let us down.
Okay, President Gourmet, nice work. Now head towards Eagle Field.
But, Mike Mercury, I have done what you asked. Your airliner and friends are safe. Please, let me return to my own country.
No, President Gourmet.
Two can play the same game. You may not know it, but you've just been hijacked.
Supercar, with beauty and grace, fast as can be. Watch it flying through the air. It travels in space or under the sea, and it can journey anywhere. Supercar, it travels on land or roams the skies, through the heavens' mighty range. It's Mercury Man, and everyone cries, it's the marvel of the age. Supercar.